Good morning, Senior 2. Today, inshallah, we are going to complete our lesson 2 in chapter 5. We are going to complete chapter 5, lesson 2, sensation in man. The sensation in man depends mainly on the nervous system, and the nervous system in man is a complex system. The nervous system and the endocrine glands are working together. Why are they working together, and what are the endocrine glands? The endocrine glands are a group of glands which do not have duct to produce their hormones in it. For example, the thyroid gland, it's an endocrine gland that secretes its hormones directly into the bloodstream without passing by any duct or any canal. And the nervous system and the endocrine glands are working together. Why? To control all the functions of the human body system. All of the operations and all of the functions done by your body are controlled by the nervous system. Like the function of the digestive system, the function of the urinary system, the function of the respiratory system, all are controlled by the nervous system. Also, the emotions and the ideas and the thinking, all of that are controlled by the nervous system. Number 2, to receive the information from internal or external stimuli, then give the proper response to it. What are the information? Here we have a sensory organs like your eyes and your ears and your nose. They are the sensory organs that receive the information from the external stimuli. Like what? If you smell an odor of delicious food, for example, the fried chicken, all of us love fried chicken. If you receive the odor for the fried chicken, you will respond to it, the proper response, which is you will feel hungry. So this is receiving the information and responding to it with a suitable response. What about the internal stimuli? The internal stimuli, they are feeling hungry. If you felt hungry, you will go and get the food and eat it. So this is receiving the information of internal or external stimuli and then giving the proper response to it. Number 3, keeping the internal conditions of the body in a balanced state, which is called homeostasis. And what is homeostasis? It's keeping the internal conditions of the body, like the temperature and the pressure of your body, in a constant state, and they will never change. So this is the function of the nervous system. What about the parts of the nervous system? Here we have 2 parts of the nervous system. The first one is central nervous system, and it consists of the brain and the spinal cord. And the second one is the peripheral nervous system, and it consists of sympathetic and parasympathetic nerves. Okay? Now let's see. Before studying the nervous system with all of its parts, let's see the nerve cell. The nerve cell or the neuron are the building unit of the nervous system. It's the building and the functional unit of the nervous system. It makes the function of the nervous system. What about this cell? Give me some information about this cell. It's small in size like all of the cells of your body. And it cannot be seen by the naked eye, so you have to see it under the microscope. Let's see an image for the nerve cell. The nerve cell, here it is. The nerve cell contains two main parts. They are the cell body, which is the upper part, and the cell axon, the cell body and the cell axon. So let's put it beside us to study the drawing with the labels. Now, the cell body is the first part, which is the upper part of the nerve cell, and it contains rounded nucleus. Why? Because this nucleus is responsible for all of the vital functions organization inside the cell. It organizes all the vital functions done inside the cell. So it's a rounded nucleus. And here we have cytoplasm. Inside any cell we have cytoplasm, but this cytoplasm is specialized by a name called the neuroplasm because it's inside the neuron, as we saw. Okay, and now this cytoplasm contains all of the organelles. All of the cell organelles are suspended inside the cytoplasm here as the mitochondria and the Golgi body. And the mitochondria and the Golgi body and the ribosomes and whatever you know from senior 1 in this part. But we have here a very important information that the nerve cell doesn't contain any centrosome. This nerve cell doesn't contain any centrosome. Why it doesn't contain any centrosome? Because the nerve cell cannot divide, and you took that the function of the centrosome is helping the cell to divide. What about the other parts inside the cell body? We have here a neurofilaments, and they are minute filaments, and we have also the Nissel's granules, and these Nissel's granules are unique for the nerve cell. They are not found in any other cell inside your body. The Nissel granules are considered the stored food. They are considered the stored food for the nerve cell, and this food is consumed, or like we eat, it is consumed during the cell activity. The other part are the cell processes, and we have here two types of processes. The first type are these processes, and they are called the dendrites. And the second one is this long filament, and it's called axon. And this axon ends by small branches, which are called terminal arborizations. Okay, now let's complete our part about the cell processes. The cell processes are two types. We said that we have these dendrites or this resulting from the cell body. With these dendrites are short processes. They are very short, and they are like the branches of the tree, you know. And these short processes arise from the cell body. Why? We took before that any processes are responsible for the increasing of the surface area, that receive the nerve impulses. And most of the nerve impulses enter to the cell body through these dendrites. The second one is the axon, this long filament or this long cylinder. It's called the axon, and it may reach 1 meter or maybe more. So the nerve cell is considered from the longest cells inside the body of the human. Next, let's see what we have here. The axon. The axon is surrounded by two sheaths. The two sheaths, they are two covers that cover the axon from outside. The first one is called myelin sheath, and myelin sheath is white lipid substance. It's a lipid substance, so it's fatty substance, and its color is white. And it's present in some nerve cells. Not all of the nerve cells have this myelin sheath. And it's secreted by a special kind of cells that are called Schwann cells. And Schwann is the name of the scientist that discovered these cells. It's not continuous around the axon. These myelin sheaths around the axon are not continuous. Why? Because they are interrupted by spaces or places or nodes called Ranvier nodes. And Ranvier is the scientist who discovered these nodes. The second kind of sheath which covered the axon is called neurolemma, or the nerve membrane. And this neurolemma is a thin layer cover myelin sheath from outside. So this is a protective cover also, and it ends in a terminal arborizations. These are the terminal arborization. These small branches are called the terminal arborizations, and they connect the nerve cell to the muscle. Okay, what about the function of the axon? It transfers the nerve impulses from the body of the nerve cell to the synapse. This axon transfers the nerve impulses from the body of the nerve cell to the synapse. What is synapse? Synapse is it's like a net between the nerves, or between the dendrites and the terminal arborization. It may be found between the two dendrites, or may be found between the dendrites and the terminal arborization of the next cell. So this is a net of nerves, okay? It transfers the nerve impulses from the body of the nerve cell to the synapse. Let's see this note, and it's a very important note. The myelinated axons transfer the nerve impulses more rapid than the non-myelinated nerve axons, and give reason because the myelinated sheath is considered as an insulator, so the nerve impulse moves through Ranvier nodes only, so the nerve impulse move in a less speed. So the myelinated axons transfer the nerve impulses more rapid than the non-myelinated nerve axons. Okay, and now let's see. We have here the nerve impulse. The nerve impulse is always propagated in one direction only. Why? Because, as we said, the nerve impulse enters through the dendrites of the cell body, and from the cell body to the axon, and from the axon to the terminal arborization, and from the terminal arborization it says bye-bye and it gets away from the cell body through synapse. What about the types of the nerve cells? Let's complete this part in our second video. Thank you for watching. See you. Thank you so much.